Hello and welcome to CCNA Subnetting Video 6. This is the sixth of 8 subnetting videos that are included with both the ICND1 and ICND2 official exam certification guides from Cisco Press. This video, as well as subnetting videos 4 and 5, show an example of how to find the broadcast address of a subnet and the range of assignable or usable addresses in that subnet. So this is the third of 3 such examples. This particular video shows how to find the broadcast address and range of addresses for subnet 192.168.1.144 with mask 255.255.255.240. The first objective for this video is to examine a particular process for finding both the subnet broadcast address and range of valid addresses. This video picks up the same problem that was begun in subnetting video 3, which showed how to start with an IP address and mask and find the subnet number, with this video now taking that subnet number and finding the subnet broadcast address and range of valid addresses. And as with all these subnetting videos, the strategic objective is to help you prepare for the CCNA exams so you can do subnetting questions quickly and with confidence. For easy reference, the screen now shows a copy of the text of the process that will be demonstrated in this video. Notice that this process starts with step 5, and it's numbered this way because the associated process that finds a subnet number has 4 steps, so this process just picks up where that other process stops. Feel free to go back and watch subnetting video 3 at this point. However, a brief review of the results of that video may be all that you need. Subnetting video 3 started with an IP address of 192.168.1.150 with a mask of 255.255.255.240. That video also showed that the 4th octet would be the interesting octet, and it calculated the magic number of 256 minus 240, or 16. Next, to find the first IP address, last IP address, and broadcast address in this same subnet, we start with a little bit larger table, just with space to write down the answers. Now, as you can see here, at the first step to find the broadcast address, you look for any octets to the left of the rectangle, and then copy down the subnet numbers value into the broadcast address. In other words, the subnet numbers value in the octets to the left is the same as the broadcast address value in the octets to the left of the interesting octet. Then at the next step, 5b, you look for any octets to the right of the rectangle, which of course there are none. The interesting octet is the 4th octet, there's no 5th octet, so you don't really need to do anything at this step. So at this point we have a broadcast address of 192.168.1.something, and now comes the tricky part. To find that last octet, we take the subnet numbers value in that interesting octet, the 4th octet in this case. We add the magic number to it, which gives us 160, then subtract 1, which gives us a value of 159. So the broadcast address in this subnet is 192.168.1.159. Although the math is very obvious, I'll go ahead and show how to find the first IP address and last IP address in the range of addresses you can assign in the subnet. To find the first IP address, you copy down the first 3 octets of the subnet number, regardless of where the interesting octet is, and then add 1 to the 4th octet of the subnet number. In this case, of course, 144 plus 1 is 145, giving us a first IP address of 192.168.1.145. Next, at step 7, the process finds the last IP address in the range of assignable addresses in the subnet. At this step, you copy the first 3 octets of the broadcast address into the last IP address row, and then you subtract 1 from the last octet of the broadcast address. In this case, that's 159, so 159 minus 1, of course, is 158, giving us a last valid IP address of 192.168.1.158. This video concludes the third of 3 different examples of how to find the broadcast address in the subnet and the range of valid addresses in the subnet. The next step, of course, is to practice the process until you master it. As usual, you can always use the practice problems that are in Appendix D of both the ICND1 and ICND2 exam certification guides.